Mic test. Very well then, we're live, mate. Am I interrupting Mike? Ah, man. Uh, Wait. Give me a sec, guys. I need to adjust my camera a little bit because it's interrupting with my hair. It's kind of annoying. There it is. Okay, we are now live officially with a camera this time. But I'm just gonna leave it like that. So what I've done here is pretty much already drawn some of the big panels here. One of the things that I've learned to do is to give some space for some of the more important panels, right? For example, in page 2 here of the next 3 pages, I have um, this big scene with where Aki, this kid over here, is trying to interrupt the conversation between Hikari and Senor Nestor. So it's a big scene. So it's also I drew it big. I learned this from just reading more mangas. I don't quite like the way I drew this this kid here. I think his hips is a little bit too narrow. Okay, that's better. I don't want to detract from the drawing I already made, so let's just delete that part and this part. Just isolate the scene to this too. Or I could also just get rid of this box, really. I think that's a much better idea. And let the scene breathe by itself. Okay, I like that. There's something I want to try. It has to do with half tones. I've seen some manga. Actually, a lot of mangas that do this. Really, not really special. But what if I, instead of hatching lines, right? Just something very quick. I don't like it. Let's see. Is this thing? Nah, I don't like it. I'm gonna stick to what I know. Because it looks more unique to me. The hatching lines. And maybe I'll mix in a few things like this here and there. Half tones. Maybe I'll do that later. But so far, I really like the technique that I've developed with this thing. I really like it. I think it's so unique. I know I'm like kissing my own ass there. um, there are some things that I really want to learn because I'm just, right. There are a couple of aspects here that I'm really just making up because of like the lack of knowledge, and I probably should just look up references for it. But right now, I'm just a little bit too lazy for that. I wonder which one I should draw next. I should draw something here. Let's draw something here because this page seems left out, right? Of course, we're gonna sketch it first. So this panel is supposed to be the kid angry, and it's an exposition page where the kid explains um the position they're in with Senor Nestor. This character over here is telling our main character, who's ignorant to who this guy is, that it's Senor Nestor. You know, he's an important guy, and fighting him won't bode well for their cause. So yeah, so that's what the panel is like. I kind of have this idea where I have the panel cut here because this guy has a circle, and I want the circle to cut through the panel. So I might draw him just a little bit more smaller, like that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So he's pointing to Hikari, our main character, which is off panel here. Gojo Sensei 9696. Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing great, man. How are you doing? What's up with you, man? Welcome to the stream. I'm just chilling with drawing my manga here. 'Doesn't expression really rough. Nice wide stance angle. Okay, I like that. And here maybe this is the Hikari, the main character. I'm doing great too. Just trap in the box. Hey, you and I both, buddy. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Kidding aside, what do you mean by that? Trap in your house, maybe? 11 Twitch too? Yes, I am. I'm multi-streaming on Twitch and on YouTube. I used to multi-stream somewhere else too, like Facebook and Kick, but Kick got banned in my country the day after I started streaming there. How about that? And Facebook, I'm just not really getting much reception. There's a couple of things I need to do there before I want to take Facebook seriously. So for now, just Twitch and YouTube. Really, I'm trying to grow my YouTube. Oh, Gojo. Right, right. How could not get it? Right, of course, of course. You know, I haven't read that far in the manga. I don't know. I know he gets defeated or died or something. I just don't know how what happens to him really. Okay, I like this low, a little bit of a low camera angle. Said that's rough. Saw your channel, pretty awesome part. Hey, thanks, man. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Channel's in a good place right now. I think I'm about to hit 1,000 subscribers. I was at 999 a few minutes ago, so I don't know. Anytime I could hit 1,000. I haven't checked yet. Maybe after the stream, I could, gather up some subscribers. Hopefully. Me too. I'm only following the anime. I'm not even following the anime. I finished season 1, and I'm just putting it on pause right now. We are currently watching My Hero Academia. Me and my wife and my son. It's a family thing. Okay. I only need this to be really rough. Congrats on 1,000 now. Is it 1,000 now? I didn't even notice. I haven't checked. Or did you push me to 1,000? Oh yeah, look, it is 1,000. Nice. Thanks, man. I don't know what to say about that. I think should I like say a few words like I would in like graduation? I probably should. I'll make a video about it. Much more appropriate, I think. But dude, feels so good. You subbed? Yeah, I noticed. Thanks. Like I said, it feels so good because I didn't have any expectations for this channel. I am taking it seriously though, and it's been a journey, man. It's been a journey. That's all I can say. How old is your son? My son is 4 years old. Yeah, I'm a relatively new dad. He doesn't really watch anime with us, but I make him watch something else while we're watching. Okay. Let's see. I think this whole entire this thing is good enough. I'll sketch the few of them, no, the rest of them later. Um, hmm. Which one should I start drawing? I'll start drawing maybe this middle one. Then I wouldn't really recommend you watch JJK with him. Well, I watch it right next to him. I don't let him watch violent stuff. Well, I think violent stuff is it's fine as long as it's not like gory. Because I think the key there is guidance, to make him understand that the violence is not good, regardless of he's watching it. Um, Parental discretion. It's very gore. Yeah, I haven't really touched it for a while. Was it really gore? I don't remember. We don't watch gory movies for sure, like live action stuff. Especially with him. But yeah, let's make him watch Coco Melon while we're watching JJK or whatever, right? Yeah, true. Again, I don't make him watch it. He's just there, but he's not watching. His face looks very symmetrical. Actually, everything here looks very symmetrical. I might use the symmetry tool to save some time. We're currently watching My Hero Academia though. You reminds me of Escanor? Yeah, you know he's a little bit of that. I haven't watched that though, but I'm familiar with who Escanor is. This guy is Senor Nestor. Um, he poses as a, well, not really a bad guy, but more of a minor antagonist. A little bit of that earlier on in the chapters, but he's not really a bad guy. In fact, he's a what I call a paragon. Like the it's not really a paragon isn't really a powerful person, but it's more like a person who inspires morale. You know, one of those like the Captain America type, um, Superman type in terms of morality and uh, what do you call that? Um, values. You know, the uncorruptible kind of person. Okay, let's see how this is it good? Oh, it's not bad. All right, turn that off now. What I'm gonna see preside over. He's like more physical combat style. So in the power system in my world, in the story I'm making are about runes. So he has a glove, for example, that has rune coins laced into the glove, and different coins have different properties in them. It's not necessarily for combat, but it's definitely used for that too. But it's also for utilitarian sort of stuff, you know, like cooking, logistics, things like that. But there are also runes like runes of endurance, where it makes you more durable. Um, so he has his suit is built on runes upon runes, and it makes him a little bit more powerful. Finally caught you live. Hey, you got me. Am I under arrest? Are you animating? Sorry, I don't know much about art. Why are the lines not above the sketch? I'm not sure what you mean. No, I'm not animating. Uh, why are the lines not above the sketch? It is above the sketch. That's the ink, and that's my sketch. Yeah. I watch all the recording. I'm mesmerized the way you draw and learn a thing or two. Oh, thanks, man. I'm glad you how you feel that way. I'll you know things comments like that makes me encouraged to make more videos. So anyone can ruin an object or the object spawn with them. I'm not sure what you mean. Ruin an object? All right. So the runes they're made by runesmith, and they kind of look like this, like small coins, the size of a like a coin, you know, like money. And some of them has like rune of acceleration. I thought the lines match the sketch. Isn't that so? I'm not really beholden to my sketch. Yeah, the sketch is more of a suggestion. But while I'm drawing, I sometimes think of a better way to draw the line, think of a better pose sometimes. So, yeah, I don't have to really follow the sketch one to one. It's more of a suggestion. See? My bad. I mean, drawn rune with on objects. Oh yeah, that's another thing. So that's like the weakest version of rune magic is the coins, right? And what you do with the coins is you have to lace them on an object. The next level onto that is you put them on an item. If you like a better skilled runesmith can lace item directly with runes, and it's more difficult to do that. And then there's another level above that, which is you tattoo the runes, and it gives it even more potency. And then there's another level above that, which is bone. Forgot what it's called. I wrote it down in my world building stuff. But basically, you tattoo the bone, the runes into the bone, and then it's permanent, or it's more long lasting because the runes are more limited. Like the coins, they run out of power after a while. Hello, GW296. What's up, man? That's great. I mean, want to pick up art, but I suck at it very much. And everybody sucks at art at some point. You really gotta have to, if you want to be good at it. You gotta start somewhere. Doesn't matter if you suck at it. Just you can draw. I have a video about it, by the way. The sketches are so clean. My sketches are mere basically stickmen, though I start to line work. Well, I do start with stickmen. There's sometimes planes. Well, there are some poses that I already know how to draw, and so I can draw them. I can sketch them really, really well. But then there are some poses where I have no clue how to draw it, so I have to, get there and get down and dirty with it. Hey, that's nicely thought out power system. The deeper in the body, the more powerful. Yeah. This it's more of a spoiler, really. Well, I won't be getting into the whole bone and tattoo stuff until much later on. Right now, I'm just dealing with the coin thing, because I want to explain that slowly to the audience, so it's not really overwhelming, because it is a bit complex. What's up, man? Yeah, nothing much. What's up with you? Would you could suggest learning traditional, or learn traditional first? Buy yourself a sketchbook and a pen, and that's all you really need to draw, because the things you learn in traditional are all 100% transferable to digital as well. The first time I drew digitally, I already know the only thing that was holding me back was all the technical stuff, but the drawing skills were still there. Everything still applied. So I suggest you start drawing traditionally, and maybe invest in a tablet later on if you want to take it more seriously. I wouldn't suggest you buy a tablet unless it's like that, because they're kind of expensive. I love your vids. Thanks, man. Thanks. I love you for loving my vids. I just reached 1,000 subscribers. How about that? Thanks to Gojo over here. I don't know if you know or not, but those coins do remind me of an old series called Jackie Chan Adventures. I did watch it as a child. I don't really remember much about it, though. I just know that Jackie Chan doesn't even voice that. Just somebody who sounds like Jackie Chan. But yeah, that's my power system. And there are also levels of quality of coins. Like I got the idea from Witch Hat Atelier, where they draw their magic system, and before so the more precise the drawing is, the more potent the magic system. So in my world, the more perfect the rune is drawn, or inscribed, the more potent it is. So there are also these things called femto runes, which are runes, the rune coins that has like 1,000 runes sealed into them. And yeah, that's gonna be later on in my story. It's gonna be an entire. I've already written the entire story arc for, let's say, the next few volumes. I really spent some time, maybe a month or two, writing a good. I think that's more important. Writing a good story than having good art. Yo, I'm back. Hey, man, been a while, huh? VRH Arts. You draw too? Nice. Yeah, I would love to see your drawings if you would let me. You can join the Discord channel that I just started. Hey, speaking of traditional, you ever go back to trying to control Z? Then you're like Snap! I can't do that in real life. Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. The thing is that I'm actually kind of terrified of going back to traditional. Um, because I don't know if I can still draw well there. I know I just said it's all transferable. However, I don't think my brain is set up for traditional art anymore. There's just too many things that I'm um, accustomed to, too many comforts and in digital that I'm now accustomed to that I don't know if I can go back to traditional, which is a sad thing, really, because you don't want to forget your roots. Is this going to be on Webtoon or self-publish? I'm thinking of self-publish. I may end up drawing this on Webtoon or whatever tapas. Does that hand look good? I don't think it looks good, but it looks all right. The thumb looks too big. Yeah, the thumb looks too big. Okay. I subbed by the way to you. Nice, man. And you draw anime, dude. I'm drawing anime too. This is an anime. Well, anime style in manga form. You know what I mean? I feel yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm thinking of because I've looked up some deals that I know on Webtoons and Tapas. They don't really give you a good deal. No, Tapas Please, the UI is horrible. Well, I worked as a mangaka for a couple of authors, and most of them post on Tapas. I'll figure that out once I decide to post this because this is just chapter 2 and 3 of my story. I really don't like how I drew that hand. Something's off about it. I think the proportion is off, right? Let's just readjust. Chico, how much more days until you drop this manga? Days? More like years. All right, here's the deal, okay? Um, I am just in the middle of editing the first 2 chapters. Once I'm happy with it, I've already drawn the entire pages of the first 2 chapters. But I am looking for an editor. Well, actually, I already found an editor to review my dialogue. So I'm waiting for him to get back to me so I can do some revisions and then I'll publish it. Um, yeah, self-publish route's much better. I think so too. I mean, I can probably just gather up some money and print this out myself. That's another thing, by the way. I don't know how to print manga. Because I've only been dealing with the art. I've never really printed anything at all. My clients usually take care of that. Um, so yeah, Global Comics is good. I'll check them out, man. I have a big manga collection. Dude, I just started collecting manga, by the way. I have like a small shelf. It's almost filled up. But yeah, when I was a kid, I used to read a lot of manga. Oh yeah, I forgot he's wearing gloves. Okay, I'll make him wear gloves. I think this hand is okay, right? Maybe make this taller. Okay, that's a little bit better. Oh, is that the Shonen Jump in my country? Where are you from? I'm not familiar. I believe we have a Shonen Jump in my country, although I'm not sure. But I have seen them before. It's been a while though. As for manga collection, I'm looking for two mangas, and I don't want to look them up online or order them online. I like hunting for them, and that's the deluxe edition for Berserk and the deluxe edition for Vagabond. I want to start reading those. Well, I've read a little bit of Berserk, but I haven't read Vagabond. I saw chapter volume. It's really hard to find the volume ones for them. There are a couple of deluxe edition for those books in my area, but I haven't found volume one. Those are really hard to find. You're from India? I think isn't there a Shonen Jump? I think anime is pretty big in India, right? This distribution on Twitter, Patreon, maybe. Yeah, probably. I'll figure this out later on. I'm not really interested on making money out of this yet, or I just want to create a good focus and creating a good story. If printing Amazon self-publish is good and Global Comics is a site like Webtoon, but more in the line of manga comic format. I don't know about that. I again, I'm not really focused on printing this, not yet. Okay. What I want to do is print this on my own. Go to a shop and organize with the shopkeeper and can you print this thing for me? Things like that. I have Berserk, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Tokyo Ghoul, Dan, Attack on Titan. Yeah, man, that's a lot of collection. I only have like two mangas, which is Witch Hat Atelier and a manga called Happiness. I don't really buy mangas that are popular because I can already watch them, right? It's like, okay, I read Naruto. I read Naruto, Bleach, and well, I haven't read One Piece. But when they were still going, back in the early 2000s, I read them every week, as well as watch the anime every week. So yeah, I just don't have a copy of them. Yeah, that is a nice collection, yeah. Anime is big, but not mangas, not so much. I was surprised to think that because I thought manga is a dying art because everything is now like animated. However, I looked this up and apparently it's still a massive and growing. Oops, sorry. I'll do that later. It's still a massive and growing industry. Spending too much time on that one hand, right? Yeah, so I think there's still some like money to be had with manga. Still growing in popularity. How old am I? I'm 34. I'm old. Well, technically not old, but I'm middle age. A little bit beyond middle age now. I grew up in the like late 90s and early 2000s. Those were the days, man. The golden age of anime. Yeah. Dude, the animes that came out in the 90s, I think their story was so much more better quality than what it is now. Well, I don't know. There's still a lot of good animes today. I'm just saying that the amount of good animes in between them were much more better. Ah, we're the same age, dude. There we go. I just turned 34, by the way, this month. So, yeah, early 34, if you can even say that. Could I just copy this hand into the other and call it a day? No. I don't want to be lazy. I'm gonna draw it instead. That's the neat part. I live. That's a repeat lot. Sorry, I can't read. That's the neat part. Live action is the trailer for anime. Anime is the trailer for manga, and manga is the trailer for light novels. Yeah, but it didn't used to be that way back in my day. It used to be the manga would be the trailer for anime. But yeah, I agree with you. It is like that now. Agreed. I'm 24, missed the 90s, but we got earned in the early 2000s. The early 2000s was pretty good too. The 90s, I'll be honest with you, I don't remember much of the 90s. I was like under 10 years old back then, right? I did remember that we um used to play outside. That's a pretty common thing in Asia. I don't even remember what we did before smartphones. Like, how did we manage to meet up? Organize a meetup before smartphones, because sometimes you don't make it. I don't remember what happened back in the day. How crazy is that? 34 is a new 20 gang. I don't know about that, man. Oh, I just turned 35 December, but still the same age. Yeah, I don't mind growing old. I always joke about it that I can't wait to be old and disheveled. It's just a joke, though. Of course, I don't want to be like that. But I'm kind of excited. My son's gonna change my diaper instead. It's gonna be so funny. Yeah, dude, this is what you used to do to me back in the day, man. I'm gonna give you a big one. Now that I think about it, the only thing I remember is meet up with the kids in the neighbor. That's another thing that I miss about the world before smartphones and all of this internet thing, right? Is we used to just go to people's houses. That used to be a normal thing. Sleepovers, and I used to just leave my stuff in my friend's house. That's that was really cool. I think people are missing out with those kind of activities. Relationship arc for grandpa. My back don't agree with 34 is the 20s. It's for me. It's my legs and my lower back. Oh, and my shoulders. There is a part of me now that I'm kind of scared because I woke up one day and suddenly I realized that drawing straight lines like this is just slightly more difficult. Like, there's something in my shoulders that's making it difficult. It's not it's not making it really really it's just a little slightly, it's there. It's something's jamming my shoulders. Just very slightly for me to notice. It's kind of like my body warning me, like, oh, you're in this day now. These are the days. Enjoy it, but you still can't draw a straight line. And right now it's not there, but sometimes it reminds me of it. It goes back, comes back. And it's scary, man. It's scary. Yep, staying late till night over each other's place, jamming on videos, games, movies, nights. Yeah, yeah, yeah. For me, it was jamming on like music and guitar and shit. Staying up late in my friend's house, we would just like um sing songs, and maybe we'd go camping sometimes. It's yeah. You should get that. Yeah, I have gotten checked up. I need an I got a nerve damage in my shoulders from hitting the gym. I used to hit the gym almost every day back in the day, and I used to be really jacked. Well, not I just Just not overly jacked, but I used to be really fit. But ever since I had a son, I've gained some weight, like a lot of weight. This guy you're drawing reminds me of KFC guy, making me hungry. Colonel Sanders, Colonel Sanders. Yeah, yeah, that's the idea. Totally intentional, by the way. Did I draw on the wrong? Okay, I thought I drew on the wrong layer. Jack like this senor in front of you? Probably not. I was just athletic. Okay, I had an athletic build. Um, because I used to hit the gym almost every day, like 5 to 6 times a week, with my best friend. And yeah, dude, we used to go out all the time and just experience life. Now he has a son too, two of them, and yeah, we're all trapped in a box, like you said, like Gojo. I don't mind it. I'm not complaining, by the way. I love I love um I love the dad life, Um Pandemic fluff. Man, whenever I look at art like this, I always get shot by the fact that it all started with a box. Why is it now art boring? Why is starting out art so boring? Dude, I don't think it's boring. The idea phase is the most exciting. Well, I wouldn't say that. It's not the most difficult part. But I wouldn't call it boring either. Yeah, so this is what my canvas looks like, by the way. I got a few more pages to go, and I have to submit 4 of them to a client. I'll just show you some of my client work. So these 2 pages, it's supposed to be 3. I'm still waiting for my client to give me the script for the 3rd page. But this is client work. And the 4th page here is also for a separate client. And I'm probably gonna do that tomorrow because I want to record the entire process from sketch to finish just for my YouTube shorts. So I usually do this on a Friday, and then the rest of these are for my own project. These 3 pages are for myself. This is a story that I'm writing. You have the best opportunity to power him up after eating chicken. That could be a cool idea. I'll probably give it to somebody else though. If I ever go with that's really funny. Using runes to fry your chicken, dude. You know that could be it. Because the rune magic is not just for fighting. It's also again utility, cooking. Traveling, lifting. Heavy objects. Maybe if you're farming, things like that. The chicken muncher arc. I wrote a really dark ending for this story, by the way. Like really dark. I'm talking like eldritch kind of blood magic, berserk, Warhammer 40K kind of cruelty and cannibalism shit like that. It gets pretty dark. The canvas spread fills me with joy. It's a massive canvas, by the way. I think this is a 35,000 by 5,400 pixels. Just so I can separate the thing. So what I'm gonna do later, once I finish all the drawings, is I'm just gonna copy and paste these on a separate canvas without having to redraw them because I already drew them on a massive canvas, right? So you make a long horizontal canvas, then split them up. Yeah, this is just boxes that I made. This is the okay. Let me just show you. So that's the canvas, right? And then I just made boxes like take your selection tool and make it to a square like that. Right click. Oh, sorry. Right click and then stroke. I like to make it 15, and there. That's a square. And then you just copy paste that, duplicate the layer, and then you get the drill, right? So I would just do that. Yeah, and then put that on a separate layer, and it looks like that. Then I lock that layer, and then I just draw like whatever page I'm drawing for the week. Make sense? Um, as part of your daily life, all people use weight reducing runes to their daily. That's a cool idea. Yeah, we could explore that. I have a flashback where it does involve a farmer and an old man. And there are some aspects of rune magic that are going to be used with farming. Because I want to create something that's not just for fighting, something for utility as well. Because it's so easy to make something cool just by making it about fighting. You know, make a cool character design by giving him a big sword, and then that's an easy way out to make a cool character look cool. Yeah, but a more difficult way to make a cool character look cool, or make a mundane character look cool, is if you're doing some utility things, right? Like how do you make a mundane crane look cool? That's more difficult to draw. Wow, my tablet is really blurred. Give me a sec. What's going on? Okay, never mind. It's good now. All right, I think it should be good. Well, it gets dark, dude. It gets so dark. There's this massive pit lord that's hiding underground, and it requires sacrifices. But when it eats people, it doesn't digest them. They just stay in his stomach for a very long time and just suffer a very slow digestion. And I'm talking like months and months worth of like suffering inside its stomach. And at one point, it our heroes make it puke, and it pukes all these naked people with covered in blood, and some of them are disheveled, and they're just it's nasty, and the landscape becomes like a mountain of bodies. Some of them alive, some of them dead, some of them are bones, some of them are like half alive. Um, yeah, that's the ending for the just spoil it a little bit. The ending for the arc that I'm writing. It's gonna be so cool, man. Good idea. My Hero Academia vibes, quirks are used everywhere. That matters how it's used. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm actually watching My Hero Academia right now. We're I think in season 2, just this beginning of season. I watched My Hero Academia right until I don't remember what season it is, but the part where I don't remember his name, but the hero killer, whoever that guy is. That's where I stopped watching My Hero Academia. Not because I didn't like it, I actually really enjoyed watching it. But at the time, I thought to myself that, okay, I'm going to give it some time to catch up, and maybe I can just watch the entire thing in one go. So I heard that last year it actually finished. So now it's time for me to make true to that promise, I don't know. I don't like. I'd like to ask, if I was starting out art, what advice would you give? All right. There is. I made a video about this exact question. But I'm gonna tell you the summary of the video anyway. I'm gonna give you the best advice that I can. Um, I would just start small. Start with buying your equipment first of all, and that doesn't necessarily mean an expensive tablet like what I have, but start with a pen and a paper. Buy yourself a sketchbook, okay? And I'm pretty sure you already have one, maybe. And then don't just draw anything that you want. Instead, draw and study at the same time. That's probably the mistake a lot of beginner artists make, is just to just draw whatever they want without actually learning how to draw. And those two are two separate things, Sure, draw every day, just draw a lot of things, but also draw with intention. Yeah. Um, I don't remember the title exactly the title, but it's my second latest video. 7 steps that actually makes your art better. Make you a better artist, right? It's the 9-minute one. Which one? Let me go watch it. I need it. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, you mean my video? Oh, yeah, the 7 steps to becoming a better artist. The 9-minute video. Yeah, man. So, well, basically, what I'm saying there is, well, first step one is you have to know your why you're doing what you're doing. So you gotta have your goals straight. Otherwise, you would just be you'll just end up giving up at some point. And I don't like giving advice that's gonna waste your time, telling you what to do, and then you're just gonna waste your time. You don't really like art. Well, gotta go to work. Hey, man, good luck. Thank you for streaming. No worries, man. Thanks for joining. And to take care for at work, yeah? That's back. My man, that's back. Hey, man. Yeah, enjoy the video. I'm making a new video. It's gonna be a study about a manga artist. I'm really excited to start that one because I'm just writing that one. That's gonna be my next thing. Okay, I don't really need a sketch anymore for this. It's mostly drawn. All right. I think I just need to do some hatching lines. Draw the darker parts of the jacket. Uh, Looks good. Photoshop is now lagging. There's too many things in this canvas. I gotta go too. Going to turn in for the day. Thanks, mate, for the stream. I'll catch you later. See ya, man. You take care, buddy. And yeah, don't forget to draw. Man, sometimes Photoshop really just bugs out on me. I love this character, man. He just gives power. He's giving me Escanor vibe. He does look like Escanor, doesn't he? Um, Although that wasn't intentional. I just wanted a character that looks has a mustache like that. I think it's very because this part of the story takes place in a Spanish, like it's like a mix of Spanish medieval area kind of deal, as well as some Viking. I'm kind of mixing cultures for my races here. So this area is more Spanish driven, and the mustache just makes him look pretty Spanish, doesn't it? Is that racist? Probably not. This guy does have a lot of authority. The main character is stronger than this guy, just slightly for now. Well, not slightly. She's really strong. However, okay, so I'm just gonna tell you the original story for chapter two, basically because I'm not going to go ahead with it anyway. So our main character is supposed to fight this guy, and their fight drags out really well. And it's supposed the purpose of the fight is supposed to showcase the power system of my world, but I decided not to go with the fight just yet. I'm holding myself back, and instead I wanted to showcase more character and character developments. So that's the deal here with this guy. Now I get what you mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a member of what I call, or former member. Oh, sorry, I changed the story again. He's a member of an organization called the Consejo de Nestor, de Señor, Consejo de Señor, Council of the Seniors, and they all have a Señor as a title, right? Kind of like how knights have Sir. So this guy is Señor Nestor. Kind of named him after my uncle, and he is like it's not the most powerful Señor, but he's the most respected, and the Council of the Seniors are kind of like the most skilled individual on this land, and they're supposed to guard, like, justice and civility and honor and being a gentleman and things like that, like knightly chivalric kind of quality. But the story goes that their king is corrupt, but they are beholden to their king, so they kind of have to look the other way sometimes, and that shakes the foundation of Senor Nestor, which then gets him kicked out of the council by questioning the king here, and it's a whole story thing. It's much more complicated than that. Man, I'm sure it's your uncle. I could brag and say my name's in a manga. There, that is a brag. I my son is called my son's name is named after a famous emperor in history, Marcus Aurelius. But he was supposed to be um named after a fantasy character too. Well, it's not really fantasy, maybe historical fiction. Um, because we watched Gladiator and we like the name of Maximus. I know Maximus isn't a real person in history. He's based of, I think, also another Marcus Macrinus, a general in Roman times back in those days, right? But the name itself isn't a real name, Marcus or Maximus. Well, it is a real name. What I'm saying is that the character of Maximus isn't real. So I don't think you should be ashamed of that, man. If your name is in, like, in fiction. think that's pretty cool. Okay, so this is pretty much done. I could probably take this one further, but there's a lot to do. Maybe I'll take it a bit further. I can do some hatching lines here. I'll be honest to get a fictional name. Hey, if I ever have a baby girl, if I ever have a daughter, we already have a name for her, and that's going to be Galadriel from Lord of the Rings. Dude, that name is so sick. That's such a cool name. My wife's agree too. She agrees. She's gonna be imagine having a kid named Galadriel. So cool. I think it's cool. Or rather, name from a fictional character. Yeah, man. I mean, how cool is that, right? Man, my parents are so boring. My dad though, my father has like the coolest name, right? His name is Melgazar. How cool is that? Sounds very fantastical, does it? Melgazar, dude, that is a cool name indeed. Yeah, and Melgazar means something, by the way. It means like it's from the Bible, right? From the three kings, Melchor, Gaspar, and Baltazar. Individually, they're freaking cool names, man. Not gonna lie, I'm not much of a religious guy, but those names they go so hard. Melchor, Gaspar, Baltazar. They sound like fantasy names, right? Okay, this guy's done. I'll take it in further though. I can't help myself. I like the drawing, so I gotta take it further. Okay, that's it. That's enough. All right, no. Sorry. All right, that's really enough. The thing I'm gonna do next is the circle behind him. I need it to be thicker. Okay, it's the same distance. It looks like it's the same distance. Okay. Those damn good main character energy they do, man. They're so cool. I'm gonna get rid of most of that. Just focus on the circle. Right. I got rid of the drawing for now because it's distracting me from this pattern. Now that I think about it, I might put my father's name on my story because there's those are some really cool names. Right? Wasted, wasted if I don't at least honor him because my father is really the one who taught me how to draw, or he gave me that ability and the inspiration to pick this up. Him and my grandfather, really the only two people that really believed in me. Anyways, I'm off. I need to go to work. Need to go to write a whole bunch of notes. They never end. Hey man, you take care. Nice having you here. Let me just check my thing, my Discord. Who cares? Continue drawing. So this is supposed to be like a mural or an ornate kind of artwork to represent Senor Nestor's kind of regal status in the world. Because in this panel, Aki is the kid in my story. He is explaining how important Senor Nestor is. I don't like that shape. No, I don't like that shape. Just pull it back. Oh, good. Oh, I was in a zone with that one. Not bad. Right. This is a really big. What the hell is my armor layers? That. I can't really apply this yet, but we'll draw it anyway. I need some rays. I should draw it in the this layer. Okay. So the idea is, I'm gonna have to clean up the drawing here so that the back this ornate thing is going to be the background for this drawing. So it's gonna go behind the drawing later on once I actually transfer this to a different canvas. So right now it looks really terrible, and that's because I don't have the mask and everything set up yet. But I'm just making it ready for when I decide to, you know, make them an individual page. Because right now I just have them in a big canvas. Man, I was in a zone there. This music is making me draw, man. Okay. So really, I only have what 11 panels? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 panels. Is it 10? Let me draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dude, I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, 11 panels. I'll ramp up all the panels. I can finish this within the week. So I only have this as work, which I'll do all tomorrow. Then Saturday, Sunday, I'll probably live stream the rest of the pages, and I'll draw a bunch of other pages before I go there. So it's just, I just want to make things a lot faster. Draw some panels off stream. But this is almost done. This is a really light week this week. I really want to draw unique pages too, because I think I only have a bunch of them on my past chapters. And what I mean by that is like pages where there's really cool artwork and not just panels where they're just talking. For example, this page 3 here, if I turn on the sketch, this character you see on the left, this kid who's pointing to the camera, is explaining to us what he is and what he means to the world. So instead of just giving him dialogue as to explaining who he is, I'm showcasing like this a panel where he is kind of represented as this like this moral figure, and so I have this ornate pattern right behind him, right? Kind of like a saint, how a saint would be painted in history. So yeah, so I have it. I not only have him say it, but I also illustrate what he's trying to say. That makes sense. So I want to have more panels like that later on. In fact, I think I got like a few here that I can probably turn into something like that. But I'll think more about it. If I have enough time, I'll probably draw a fourth page this week, because page chapter 3 is only 15 pages. Yeah. So, anyways, I'm gonna cut this short. I wasn't supposed to stream this today. It's just something that I finished work early, so I wanted to at least live stream with you all. And yeah, I'm gonna cut this early, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Maybe Saturday. Tomorrow. I'll see you guys Saturday. Okay. And if I finish work tomorrow, I'll see you guys tomorrow as well. You guys have a nice day. I'm gonna end the stream. Bye bye. You. Okay, let's end the stream.